Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Daniel and welcome to my channel where I teach beautiful people like you how to do more things for and by themselves. And in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you beautiful people how to make 1 gallon of hard cider, but from apple juice concentrate. Today's recipe is going to be one of the cheapest and one of the easiest recipes that I've ever done, but it is still going to turn out absolutely delicious. Before we dive into the equipment that you're going to need, the ingredients that you're going to need, and the method for making 1 gallon of hard cider from apple juice concentrate, I just want to remind all of you beautiful people that if you get some value out of this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to see my face more often, then go ahead and subscribe for more content. If at any point you need to see the ingredients for this recipe or the method for making this 1 gallon of hard cider, then go ahead and check out the description below. The reason for using apple juice concentrate is because when we use apple juice concentrate as opposed to simply Mott's apple juice, which is a favorite of mine, when we use concentrate and dilute it with water, we have more control over the sugar content and the concentration of flavors. See, when I'm diluting my great value apple juice concentrate, I don't have to follow the directions exactly. I get to choose exactly how diluted I want it to be. And that is going to allow me to start off this hard apple cider with a higher specific gravity, which means more sugar, which means a higher alcohol percentage. And that's why I'm so excited to be showing you guys how to make 1 gallon of hard cider from concentrate. So without further ado, let's dive on into the tools you're gonna need, the ingredients you're gonna need, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to make your hard cider. The equipment that you'll be using to start your hard cider fermentation is going to be a 1 gallon carboy. I'm using this simple 1 gallon glass carboy. This is where all of your ingredients are going to be put in. I highly recommend that you also use a funnel to put all of your ingredients into your carboy. I'm also going to be using a hydrometer and graduated cylinder in order to measure my specific gravity. And then last but not least, you're going to need an airlock in order to allow the CO2 generated from fermentation to escape, while keeping anything that you don't want out of your brew. The ingredients that we're using in today's recipe are very few and simple, and they are going to be a gallon of spring water, 3 cans of apple juice concentrate. You can get this in the freezer aisle of most grocery stores. And then I'm going to be using a half of a teaspoon of Safale SO4 ale yeast. This is a yeast that I've used in other hard ciders, and it has worked very well. Once you've gathered all of your equipment and all of the necessary ingredients, then it is time to get started. Whenever we are starting our initial fermentation, the very first thing that we want to do is sanitize all of the equipment that we'll be using. I do this using San Sanitizer. Once everything is sanitized, we're simply going to take our 1 gallon carboy and we're going to add our 3 cans of apple juice concentrate. After the 3 cans of apple juice concentrate are added, then we're going to add water all the way up to the 1 gallon point. Once that is added, we're going to shake it vigorously before we take our specific gravity reading. For this specific cider, I got a specific gravity reading of about 1.052, which is going to give me an alcohol percentage of about 7% ABV if it ferments all the way down, which it will. Now that I've added my concentrate and my water together, and I have my specific gravity reading, now we can go ahead and add our half a teaspoon of Safale SO4 ale yeast. Once the ale yeast is added, we're then going to go ahead and throw on our airlock and fill it up to the correct level with water. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all of the equipment, all of the ingredients, and all the steps that you'll need to take to begin the fermentation of our hard cider from concentrate. All right, everybody, so we have our hard cider fermenting in our 1 gallon glass carboy. Now I know what you all are thinking, what happens next? The steps that follow next are exactly the same as any time I make a regular hard cider because I always bottle carbonate my hard ciders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be periodically checking the specific gravity over the next couple of weeks. Within 2 to 3 weeks, I expect the specific gravity to go around 1.000, which means that all of the sugar content has been eaten up by the yeast, turned into alcohol, and CO2 has been produced. Once I get to that point, if this is as clear as I would like it, then I'm going to go ahead and bottle. If I think it needs to be a little bit more clear, then I'm simply going to rack it over to another carboy and allow it to clear. If it is clear enough, then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to begin bottling. The bottling process involves racking this over to a sanitized bucket. I am then going to add 1 cup of apple juice, which has almost exactly 25 grams of sugar, which is exactly what you need for bottle carbonation. I'm going to stir it up, and then I'm going to sanitize my beer bottles. I'm going to fill them with this delicious golden goodness, and then I'm going to cap them. Once they are bottled, I'm then going to keep them in a location that is about 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm just going to let them sit for a few weeks. After about 3 more weeks, I'm going to pop one open to see how carbonated it is, and then once it is carbonated to your liking, you can then enjoy your beverage, share your beverage, or you can let it age for a few more weeks, a few more months, or a few more years. But what I generally do once they're carbonated is I start drinking them then and there, and then I'll save 1 or 2 bottles to age for a bit. So that is everything that you're going to need, everything that you're going to do to make 1 gallon of hard cider from concentrate. I think that when all is said and done, the ingredients that I used came to less than $10 in total, because apple juice concentrate at the grocery store is super cheap, and so is spring water. It's maybe $1.50. So using apple juice concentrate is a fun, cheap, easy way to make hard apple cider at home. I really hope that you guys learned something today, and I hope that I inspired you to make homebrew creations at home. Once again, if you guys learned something from this video, I always appreciate that you hit the like button, and if you want to see my face more often, make sure to subscribe. If you're looking for the ingredients, the method, or for any useful links, go ahead and check out the description below. That is all I have for you today. I can't wait to find out what we're brewing next, although I already know what it is. But you're just gonna have to wait and see. So until then, happy brewing.